What's up, fight fans? The homie, main man, made man in the building. Y'all know how I get down. We talking boxing, man. Up off the late night, you know what I'm saying? Just thought I'd get my prediction vid in, man. It's officially about 11 o'clock here on the East Coast, man. So it's a late night live stream I got going. If everybody is asleep, salute to everybody who catches this on the playback, you know what I'm saying? And salute to everybody who do. If anybody leak on up in here on the live, man, salute to you, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, we're going to get right into it. We got a lot of boxing to talk about. I'm gonna save a lot of topics for tomorrow morning. For tomorrow mornings, we talking boxing, where we'll cover the Earl Spence Jr. mugshot picture being let out. Man, I'm a little disgusted by the fact that they let a mugshot picture out, but I think it's finally now we can talk about Earl Spence Jr. Given that we got actually real hardcore evidence of Earl Spence Jr. You know what I'm saying? Even though he didn't let this out. And I wonder how he must feel to have his mugshot floating around, but it is what it is, you know what I mean? But we'll talk more about things like that, as well as a lot of the undercard fights and things like that go on for Saturday's pay-per-view, man. It's going down. I can't wait for it, man. I can't wait. I've already got it pre-ordered, ready to rock and roll, man. Expect me to be here for the post-fight. Also, come on back to Main Man, Made Man's Boxing, where we will cover it live, you know what I'm saying, in the post-fight review. And we're going to cover every ins and out of that particular fight. We also going to cover the repercussions afterwards and which way that we want to see either Deontay Wilder or either Luis Ortiz go, you know what I mean? Now, take in mind, I don't look past Luis Ortiz in this fight. And I just want to say, man, Deontay Wilder, bruh, got some balls on you, man, because I'm telling you right now, after watching that first fight, and I've watched it now quite a few times, man, Joe, you got to look at Deontay Wilder and say, man, you should salute, respect to you or whatever for taking the chance to go back in there, bro. Well, what you escaped in round 7 and round 8 of that first fight, man, it was close. I mean, you talking about another, I don't know, maybe 10, 15 seconds left in that round. Yo, I don't know if Deontay Wilder makes it through. I'm going to go ahead and get in front of the camera too, man. I want to do this in front of the camera. So, yeah, man. I don't know if Deontay Wilder makes it through that round. Yo, man, and with another 10, 15 seconds. So that's what I'm saying, man. For him to go back into this fight like this, no obstacles, man. Some even suggesting that Al Heyman having a hand in pulling Luis Ortiz out of the Anthony Joshua fight. Well, if this is what he requested, if this is what Al Heyman wants for Deontay Wilder, damn. I got to give full credit for him to go back into this fire right here. You know what I mean? Now, first off, ESPN. You know what I mean? What up, D-Lo 44 Boxing? Neutral Natural in the building. What's up, fam? What's going on, man? Just off the late night, you know, want to cover this, get my prediction out there before it's all said and done. But I'm happy to also report, I'm sure y'all have already heard, ESPN, Dan Raphael is reporting that the purses for this particular fight, Deontay Wilder, will be making close to roughly about $20 million. Hold on one second. Well, according to ESPN and Dan Raphael, per the Nevada State Athletic Commission, here are the official contract purses for Saturday night's PBC Fox pay-per-view in Las Vegas. Deontay Wilder, $3 million, but his guarantee is really about $20 million. Luis Ortiz, $1.5 million. But his guarantee is closer to $7 million. Leo Santa Cruz, $750,000, but he's guaranteed $2 million. And Miguel Flores, and so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? Muhammad Hamatola in the building. What's up, fam? What's going on? So it seems as if they're talking about Wilder maybe making almost a guarantee of about $20 million. Now, I know people was running around making videos of he's only getting $3 million. But, you know, we all knew, for us real boxing fans, we knew that Wilder was going to clock way more than $3 million going into this fight. All of us knew that. And we knew that Luis Ortiz was going to clock more than the 1.5. People forget that if you believe that Al Heyman pulled Luis Ortiz out of the AJ fight, you got to at least believe that, look, they was going to make or pay him similar than what he was going to make in that fight if they're going to pull him out, because he was rumored that he was going to get paid $7 million in that fight, right? Well, it's only right for them to look to give him at least $7 million if they're gonna pull him out of that situation. You know what I'm saying? But Wilder, yeah, man, $20 million and keeps his freedom. We was just talking about this the other day, fight fans. It's amazing. Wilder makes the decision to forego the $120 million to go and be locked on 4 fights with DAZN. Can't be told you know, when he's going to fight AJ, ain't going to be told how much the fight's going to make, how much AJ's going to make. He has to still make less in the rematch, even though he would have been the champion. He still would have had to dictate and be locked in on a flat rate as the champion. Told this as the champion. He says, no, and locked on in on the app. He said, nah, betting on myself. You dig? I'm going to stick to my crew over here. I'm going to stick with Showtime and Fox. I'm going to stick with their platform. I'm going to stick with those conglomerates, and I'm going to stay free. And now we hear him making close to $20 million for a fight. I remember just not too long ago, Wilder was barely wasn't even making $4 or $5 million a fight. And now they're talking about 20 million, cuz. Man, that's a damn good bet right there. So far, it look like to me the bet is working. It looked like the bet is working because the man may make this, and on top of that, probably having not nearly as many hands in his pocket. And you know, one of the other things I wondered about that 120, right? How is it that the zone going to tell Wilder that he is going to fight Anthony Joshua? It's guaranteed and all of this, and Anthony Joshua ain't even signed to the zone. How can the zone force? I mean, how do they know that was going to happen for sure? They don't know because Anthony Joshua ain't even signed with the zone. I mean, I understand they get the last dibs on the matchroom fighters, but still, he wasn't. So how did they even know that was even going to happen? I'm just asking the question. I don't know. But anyway, man, like I'm saying, man, it seems to me though, man, Wilder betted on himself. The bet is paying off. He's now making close to $20 million for a pay-per-view, for units that he is selling, that he gonna cash in on, and can still go from Fox or Showtime, or if the zone want to do a one-fight deal, if ESPN want to do something, it's all possible, and still making close to $20 million a fight. And people don't think that he did the right thing by betting on himself. Shit. I don't know what you call that. Dilo 404 Boxing says, we know the purses top fighters got in the 80s and 90s. Only a fool would believe today's top guys is only making $1 to $3 million a fight. Exactly. You know, when people was ragging about it, I was like, yo, so we just talked about not too long ago Wilder doing his own promotional thing. How much is that check? We just talked too long ago. We know that Mayweather Promotions and we know that Bomb Squad Promotions are promoting this thing. So how much is that check? Since everybody want to count just the $3 million, we don't know. How much is the deal that he got with his network? Oh, we don't know. There's a lot of things that people don't know. But you believe he getting $3 million. Psh, yeah, all right, cut it out. While Dilo 44 Boxing says, Wilder said he is already making more than DAZN offered him. When pressed on it, he left them hanging. Exactly. He already good. He comfortable. But people still want to run around and keep bringing up the 100 million, the 120 million. Yo, this $20 million purse in this fight should shut all mouths. The bet is working. It's not like the bet ain't working. It ain't like, yo, your man is going back. He's going upwards. The offers are getting bigger. The bet is working. The bet is working, fight fans. I'm telling y'all, man. So let's get into this fight, though. Now, like I said before, this is a very, very scary fight for me for Wilder, man. Very, very scary fight. We see Luis Ortiz coming in much slimmer in this fight. We see that they did the weigh-ins. Deontay Wilder is what, 219 pounds, I think it was. I think that's a good weight. That's a very, very good weight. I like him about 219, 225. I think that's about good for Wilder. But I'm going to tell you something, man. I'm going to just tell you from the jump of the video. I got Deontay Wilder winning this fight. I got it winning by this fight by stoppage. I got it going down from rounds 8 through 10. I think this fight goes down very similar to how the first fight went. The first fight went, Luis Ortiz and Wilder both jockeying for position for a lot of parts of the fight, even made the fight a bit dull. You heard the audience booing quite a few times. Both men looking to get the foot on the inside. Both men looking to line up their big punches. Luis Ortiz just trying to find little ways to get to the inside as well as keep circling away from Wilder's right hand. He kept jabbing and moving to the right, jabbing, scooting to the right, jabbing, scooting to the right, trying to line up that left hand, trying to make it to the inside. And I think you see a lot of that similar in this particular fight early on, at least the first, give or take 4 rounds before big shot starts to fly. Now, I think in this particular fight, Deontay Wilder if he is smart, bro, you got to be more mindful. If you hurt Luis Ortiz, you cannot jump on this dude. You cannot do it. You know, we seen AJ with Andy Ruiz. What happened with him? We seen AJ with Vladimir Klitschko. What happened in that situation? When you hurt, these certain fighters are not out until they out. And Luis Ortiz is one of them. And so I hope Wilder is very mindful. If that right hand does connect, be mindful, because Wilder gets wild. He gets to swinging. He gets to throwing them hands. And Luis Ortiz is one of them dudes who can weather a storm and can and get a big shot and put you back on your ass. You know what I mean? So just be mindful of that. Be mindful of that. But keep the victory for Deontay Wilder. Continuously do what he did in the first fight. Keep that measuring jab. Keep in separation so he can get full extension on his punches. Stay on the outside. Keep Luis Ortiz as far away from you as possible. Because it seemed to me that Deontay Wilder has the height and the reach advantage. Keep Luis Ortiz with that measuring jab. Keep him at bay as much as possible. Hit him downstairs. Wilder took very little chances downstairs into the second half of the fight. Now, Luis Ortiz says he's building himself to go into this fight for stamina. So he lost the weight. Luis Ortiz was breathing harder in that fight very early, believe it or not. If you go back and watch the fight, I'd say about rounds 3 and 4, Luis Ortiz was already huffing and puffing. But at the end of the day, you know, Luis Ortiz, man, I don't know, man, if it was that age or was that weight. You know what I'm saying? Capadonna 24 in the building. What's up, fam? Speak your mind. Speak your mind sports talk. What's up, man? What's going on with you? Made man respect, swinging through, hitting that like, fam. Show Made man some love and hit that like all day. Hit the like button for the fam, man. You know what I'm saying? We in there breaking it down. Salute to you, fam. Salute to you. But at the end of the day, Deontay Wilder, like I say, take some chances downstairs if you can. Just be mindful from that big left hand. Stay away. Just keep circling his way to the left side. Staying away from to the right side. Staying away from the big shots of Luis Ortiz. But keep the distance. Keep the full extension. In the first fight, Deontay Wilder was letting that measuring jab out and also kept flickering the left hook, trying to make Luis Ortiz's gloves separate. All of that was beautiful. All of that was beautiful. The only thing that, honestly, Wilder didn't really do much wrong. He was patient enough, which you have to be against the Luis Ortiz. You have to be patient. He was patient enough. He shot the right hand in the first fight quite a few times and he overshot. But for the most part, I thought he tamed it pretty damn good. And I mean, it's not really much improvement I don't think he must have to do, truth be told, other than the fact of being mindful of letting Luis Ortiz on the inside and also being mindful, bro, you just don't jump on Luis Ortiz if you got him hurt. If Wilder stays to the outside, timing that right hand, staying away from the left hand of Luis Ortiz, I believe he becomes victorious, and I think he stops Luis Ortiz. Now, as for Luis Ortiz, keys to victory. Luis Ortiz, once again, must make it to the inside. Clearly, the way he hurt Wilder in the first fight was because he threw the shorter punch. His punch connected before Wilder's connected, right? Make it to the inside. Keep winning the foot battle. Keep that foot on the inside. He has to stay close. Another shot that was working for Luis Ortiz in the first fight was when he was moving towards the right, staying away from the power hand of Deontay Wilder. When he was scooting to the right, every once in a while, he was throwing a straight left hand downstairs that was connecting with Wilder. And it was folding Wilder a little bit. Go back to that. Don't start so late. When you get close enough on the inside to Wilder, you have to throw combinations. Wilder did not like it when Luis Ortiz was close enough that he was able to throw combinations. Now, this will make Wilder and Wilder, whenever he gets hit, man, it's like his upper body, the way his legs and his upper body, you don't know sometimes if he's hurt or not, man. You know what I'm saying? And he don't like it to the body. Luis Ortiz needs to be mindful of that. Straight left hands down. When he's sliding to the right, staying away from Wilder's right hand, when he's jabbing and sliding, throw that left hand downstairs sometimes. When he makes it to the inside, close enough, within range, throw combinations. Now, the question is going to be stamina. How can Luis Ortiz sustain it? That is something that we will have to see if the weight loss is going to work in that fashion. I don't know. I think it's a combination between the weight loss and the age. You know what I mean? It's hard to tell. I mean, the dude is a 40-year-old fighter, allegedly. So, I mean, it's hard to tell. You know what I mean? D'Lo 4-4 boxing. Ortiz is smart enough to play hurt, debate Wilder, and catch him coming in wide open. He tried something like that in the first fight. This is why I keep stressing the fact that Deontay Wilder cannot jump in on Luis Ortiz like it's sweet, even if you got him hurt. Wilder's never been a calculated fighter. Ain't nothing about Wilder calculated other than his right hand. And when he gets opponents hurt, he becomes the Wild Wilder. I just want him to be mindful in this with this opponent. You can walk into something that you don't like. You know what I mean? You jump on him too fast when you think he hurt, and he may not be out of it, man. We've been seeing this too many times. We seen it in the first fight. Wilder better be mindful. Wilder better be mindful. But Luis Ortiz's upper body movement, it's another thing, man. He got to make it to the inside and be able to stay there for a while. Like he's got to pin Wilder down up against the ropes or corner him down into the corner. And he's got to be able to stay there. It's going to take that upper body movement. He's going to have to be sharp. He's going to have to be moving. Hopefully, maybe him coming in a little slimmer may help him move a little better on the upper body movement. He's going to need it because he's going to need Wilder to overshoot that right hand as much as possible. Those are the best opportunities for Luis Ortiz to counter. But it's going to take some upper body movement. We'll see, man. Luis Ortiz says for camp that he's been in Las Vegas for majority of this camp. He didn't do his training camp in Miami this time around, which may be good because Luis Ortiz believe it or not, and this goes down for a lot of Cuban fighters, they get heavily distracted down there in Miami, man. They're getting approached by all kind of people. They constantly getting approached by all kind of crooked promoters and crooked managers, and they dealing with all kind of stuff down there. So then they say Luis Ortiz ain't been down there for a while. He had his whole camp in Las Vegas. So this may work good for Luis Ortiz. We know he's working with new strength and conditioning coach Larry Wade, the strength and conditioning coach of Caleb Plant, the strength and conditioning coach of, I think it was Sean Porter as well. And he got Luis Ortiz looking good. Looking good. Best version of Luis Ortiz we've seen in years. I ain't seen him look this young. I mean, in years. It might pay off. I am not counting Luis Ortiz out of this fight. And you will be crazy to count Luis Ortiz out of this fight. Karan Bread says Ortiz threw the first fight, in my opinion, through the first fight. So he will cash out on this one too. I don't think he threw the first fight, man. He had his daughter right there, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like his daughter was right there in the audience. Man, I ain't gonna throw no fight right there in front of his daughter. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, bro. I think he went for it, man. It's just that he didn't have no more left in the tank. You know what I mean? I do believe that fatigue played a heavy part in that first fight. I mean, it allowed Wilder to connect so good with the right hand. I mean, honestly, I think fatigue played a big part. You know what I'm saying? But Ortiz needs to stay in that pocket. He'll tire out constantly working his way back in. He got to stay in the pocket, though. He's got to stay in the pocket, and he's got to throw combinations. And by him being in the pocket, it takes leverage off of the punches of Deontay Wilder. It's not, Wilder needs to take that step back. He needs to get that full extension. And if Luis Ortiz is on the inside, doing what he does on the inside, especially letting the combinations go, I think that's his best chance. That's how he hurt Wilder in the first fight. It was a sneaky shot on the inside. You dig? Nelson Santos in the super chat. Salute to you, fam. Salute. I was nervous in part 1, and I am just as nervous now all day. This is the reason why you got to respect Wilder so much for doing this. Yo, he didn't have to do it the first time around when Luis Ortiz popped. He didn't have to do it this time around, but he did it anyway. Man, I'm nervous. That's why I say, Joe, this is not a 100% win. This is a very, very risky fight. When it comes down to it, a lot of fighters don't take fights like this. If they barely escaped an opponent, man, a lot of fighters would be like, I don't want to, not when I got so much at stake. The Tyson Fury fight, the AJ Ruiz winner fight. There's a lot of big fights at stake. But Wilder taking them shits head on. Salute, man. Salute. John Dejan in the building. Ortiz will beat him in 5. Oh, you going for Ortiz, Mo? Okay. I hear that, man. You going for Ortiz. I know that's right. Hey, I can't be mad at nobody going for Ortiz, though. I truly can't, man. I can't be mad at nobody going for Ortiz. Ortiz looked damn good for this fight. Looked like he up for this fight. I mean, getting paid properly for this fight. He motivated, getting a second chance, maybe a third chance, whatever you want to consider it. Yo, he going to get up for this fight. If you want to pick him, I ain't mad at you. I mean, Wilder barely got away in that first fight. Now, you can honestly say Ortiz was the better boxer. When it comes to boxing skill, Ortiz is the better boxer, without a doubt. He has a lot more tools possibly in the toolbox than Wilder. But Wilder's the younger fighter. He's full of that thing you can't train. He's full of confidence. He's full of hunger. He's determined to prove to the world that he is the baddest man on the planet. And I believe his passion. So we'll see, man. We'll see. And the experience level of Luis Ortiz, there's a reason he's avoided. There's a reason why Dillian White did not jump in that water. There's a reason. Because of the pedigree of what Luis Ortiz is. There's a reason that these fighters, Anthony Joshua, Eddie Hearn didn't throw him in the ring with AJ. There's a reason. Luis Ortiz ain't to be played with, fam. He ain't to be played with. Muhammad Hamatola, main man, since Skipper came out lately saying that he messed up the way he approached Wilder with this offer, do you think that DAZN will up their offer? And if so, can Fox keep him? Yeah, I think so. If DAZN want to come back to the table, I think they will have to up their offer. And John Skipper, he admitted he didn't understand the markets. He didn't know, man. He didn't know how really important to the American market that Wilder really was. He apologized because he should have came basically correct. And he didn't come correct. He didn't realize that, oh, this guy is this guy. I thought he was that guy. They told me he was that guy. He's really this guy. Yeah, so maybe if they do try to make another offer, oh yeah, after this Luis Ortiz fight, especially if it happens after the Tyson Fury fight, the number goes up. And I'm talking through the roof. You know what I'm saying? D-Lo 4-4 boxing. Ortiz went broke trying to get Wilder out of there. Wilder started getting leverage on them shots later, and no one can take too many of them shots from Wilder. And Ortiz's feet got so much more slower in the second half of that first fight. Maybe these are some of the things that the weight loss can cure. But I don't think so, bro. His feet, when Ortiz tires, his feet get so slow. He was allowing Wilder to take that step back and get that full extension, and he wasn't closing the gap nearly as good as he was in the first half because his feet got slow. And I don't know, man. Maybe the weight loss helps and with all of that type stuff going into this fight right here. Maybe the weight loss will be the difference maker. I don't know. But the question is, with Luis Ortiz losing his weight, what do y'all think that's going to do to his power? Do y'all think that affects his power in any way, shape, form, or fashion? I don't know, man. I mean, Luis Ortiz cracked Wilder with that one shot that caught him on the inside with that left hook, and that hurt Wilder. I mean, Luis Ortiz was much heavier in that fight than we see him now. Will that be, I mean, will he, some even say that Wilder took the best that Luis Ortiz even ditched. Like that was the best that Luis, and that was the strongest version. And Wilder took it. Do we think that Luis Ortiz coming in slimmer, will he have the same level of power that did that to Wilder in the first fight? Riddle me that. Last of a dying breed in the building. Ortiz going to shock the world. I know that's right. Or last of a dying breed going for Ortiz also. Hey, ain't mad at you, man. Ain't mad at you. Muhammad Hamatola, Aram is nervous as hell, talking about Wilder's taking a big risk before the Fury rematch. Man, look, but you got to respect it. And, you know, all of these nervous people, the Arams of the world, even myself, like when Wilder win these fights, it gives him more respect because you're so nervous. You don't know if he's going to win or not. But when he comes out on top, you got to give him more respect. So, I mean, yeah, he nervous. And this is the reason, see, this ain't like Tyson Fury who in the WWE or like Tyson Fury fighting Otto Wallin and the other circus clowns of the world. No, this is the actual Deontay Wilder. If it's betting on himself, if he wins, it makes the Fury fight bigger. It's because of the actions of Wilder. It's crazy, man. Wilder, you know, keeping Fury relevant. And now his actions in the ring, it's one of the things that's going to really make their fight much more bigger. Because it's going to look like Wilder coming off another big win. One that we wasn't even sure if he was going to win or not. Tyson Fury didn't do that. Tyson Fury went on WWE. Tyson Fury wrote a book. Tyson Fury wore the ugliest suits known to man to get attention. And it ain't work because his ticket sales are trash. So I think we should all be agreeing that if Tyson Fury and Wilder fight and their numbers are proper, who did that? Who really did that? Because I remember the first time around, Fury got all of the gypsies are traveling to see Tyson Fury, and they're the ones that's okay. Well, they ain't been traveling to see him lately. So when he fight Wilder, and if them numbers go through the roof, well, I'm just saying. And it's things like this. Wilder's taking this fight with Luis Ortiz, giving the fans a hell of a fight, a nail biter of a fight. That's what's gonna make the fight bigger. Delo44 Boxing says weight loss isn't the major factor. It's how well his body responds to the conditioning. Yeah, in my opinion. Oh, yeah, I agree. That's true. That's true. He's got to be ready, man. He's got to be conditioned to go 12 rounds into this fight and to get the level of stamina that he wants. And who knows, it may even take more than one fight. But you got to applaud the fact that he's trying. You got to applaud the fact that he really is trying to do something to change around to try to prevent him from getting tired. You see his work ethic. You know the work of Larry Wade. So you know he's serious. Telling you, man. Silver Salomo in the building. What's up, fam? What's going on? Ortiz might cause the upset. Yeah, hey. I noticed as we getting a little closer to the fight, some of y'all out there getting a little antsy. Some of y'all out there getting a little second guessing on out here, man. You know what I'm saying? Few of y'all now then came across the screen a little doubt, feeling a little doubt out there. I knew this was gonna happen. I knew when this was first announced and people were running around, we don't want to see it. Why is he doing that again? We seen that already. I say the closer we get to this fight, watch how many people start to get nervous. People gonna start the weight of the fight is gonna start sitting down on you. Like, hold on, you gonna go back to looking at the first fight and saying, hold up, Wilder barely escaped that fight. And Luis Ortiz is taking this thing serious. Oh, shit. And it started to make you think. And then you start to think at what's really at stake. Wilder, we've been rooting for Wilder and pushing him all the way to this point. Clearly, it's working because you see the man purses are growing. You see his attention is growing. You see his exposure growing. So it's working. But none of us want to see him get to this point and be done. We want to see him go all the way through and finish the mission. Well, Luis Ortiz can stop that mission. He really can. And I'm telling you, and this is something I've been thinking about. When this first got announced, I was like, damn, yo, that is risky. That is risky. Anybody hating on this fight, I don't know now you can call yourself a boxing fan. This is a risky-ass fight. Heavyweights. I don't know, man. I don't know. Nelson Santos says that main man, do you think it's too late for Deontay to develop a killer left hook? Not too late, but I mean, he uses it to me to open up the guard and to size opponents up for the right hand. Then when he throws it, you notice when he throws it, he normally throws it off the jab. So he's always measuring. And then as his hand is out there, he'll flick it into a left hook. You know what I mean? So he's not really getting the most velocity on it. You know what I mean? It'll be interesting to see what it looks like him throwing it without the jab. Just coming straight out with the left hook, putting good velocity on it to see how he throws it, how fast that it reaches its target. Is it sloppy? Does it leave him open? I would like to see him try sometimes, but he always throws it off the jab. He always keeps the jab out there, and his arms are so long where he just kind of pop and then pop. You know what I mean? And he doesn't like bring the noise with it, you know, like he does with his right hand. Delo44 Boxing. I think there would be a bidding war from the networks and venues all over if the fight for undisputed at heavyweight is on tap. Shouldn't be no arguing over splits again. Yeah. Well, I'm cool with the bidding war. Let it go to the highest bidder. And no obstacles and nothing that stop it. I'm with that. All of this locking into contracts and locking into networks. Hey, you know what I mean? Look what we got with Crawford and Spence. So I mean, I ain't for it. Let it be a bidding war. Go to the highest bidder. That was what Eddie Hearn told us. That was the mission for Anthony Joshua. The reason that he didn't lock him into the zone was he wanted Anthony Joshua to go to the highest bidder. It's just that the zone gets the last dibs on to bid for the fights on Matchroom. D'Lo 44 Boxing says y'all should bet on Ortiz if you believe that the return is pretty significant. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. What's them odds looking like, bro? What them odds looking like, man? I think somebody had put that in the comment section the other day. Those odds are looking damn good, bro. Those odds are looking good. If they gotten better, yeah, man, it's a good bet. It's a good ass bet to take. If Muhammad told if both Wilder and Ruiz win in good fashion and decide to fight for undisputed next Cinco de Mayo on pay-per-view, it will be huge all day. Canelo will have to get the hell out the way for a fight like that. That's a heavyweight fight. All day. That'll be huge. You know what I'm saying? I don't like what they're already talking about, and we'll talk more about this after the fight, but I don't already like the positioning of the belts of what's going to happen after this fight, possibly after the Ruiz and Joshua fight, of what might happen with the belts and all of the mandatories that's going to come in. And yo, man, I mean, I would think that undisputed should trump all of this shit. Truth be told, I mean, the winner of Tyson Fury and Wilder, the winner of Andy Ruiz and AJ, if the winner of those two decide to fight each other, I don't care what the IBF talking about. I don't care what the WBO talking about. Man, that should trump everything. Everything. I would love to see a sanctioning body try to get in the way of undisputed, because I want to see how this makes sense. We've already heard, unifications trump mandatories. We see they fudging the lines on stuff like that now. Undisputed heavy, we're not going to let them go get away with that, man. I'm going to tell you right now, if these sanctioning bodies try to stop this fight, Joe, we need to be making our voices heard, man, at all. So we already know that the IBF, Kubrat Pulev, is trying to wait on this shot. We already know that Oleksandr Usyk is the mandatory in the WBO, and he's waiting on his shot, but he's going to take an interim fight. But at the end of the day, I don't want to see neither sanctioning body trying to block undisputed if they're looking to make a fight. If they're looking to make a fight. We'll see. We'll see. Silver Salamo says heavy hitters, it can go either way, I think, personally. Yeah, it can. I just think that Wilder, honestly, I think his timing will be a lot better in this fight. And I think he goes into this fight also knowing that he took the best of Luis Ortiz. I mean, that means something. That means a lot, And so I just think that stylistically, either way, if Wilder is on his A game, he should win every time. I mean, he's the longer, stronger fighter. He's just as patient. He's just as athletic. The difference is he has game-changing power. Luis Ortiz has a cumulative power. You keep letting him hit on you, he going to get you out of there. But with Wilder, all it takes is one shot. And I can't bet against him. I can't bet against him. But we're going to see, man. I'm a big fan of Luis Ortiz. I got a lot of respect for Luis Ortiz. I know what he's bringing into this fight. I'm fully aware of every tool that he's bringing into this fight. His countering ability, his awkwardness as a southpaw, his experience, his ability, his athletic ability. He may not have the stamina, but when it comes to footwork and cutting off the ring and having to chase his opponents down, he's pretty good at that. Some are even using his last couple performances and saying, well, he didn't look good against Christian Hammer. He didn't look good against, of course, he didn't look good against Wilder. He didn't beat Wilder. But Luis Ortiz is just not that kind of fighter. Luis Ortiz is the kind of fighter that one fight he will look phenomenal. The next fight he may struggle through. And then the next fight he'll look phenomenal again. It all depends. It can be an easy up or down night for Luis Ortiz. You look through his career, and that's just the way it is. But I think Wilder just going to have his number. I think Wilder will keep that separation. He will keep that distance. And I think he'll take a lot more shots early. I just hope he's not inaccurate. And I hope he doesn't go in there head hunting. Remember the Tyson Fury fight? Deontay Wilder went into that Tyson Fury fight head hunting. And Slim, he wasn't hitting nothing but air. So he need to be mindful. Luis Ortiz's upper body movement is not nearly as good as Tyson Fury's. But be mindful. Don't go in there head hunting, bro. Be calculated. Be calculated. Get separation. Keep him up off you. Stick to these things, he gonna win. D'Lo 44 Boxing. Eddie also said he doesn't want AJ hoard out to the highest bidder when they refuse that $50 million. Contradiction central. You know what I mean? And I brought this up in a recent video. AJ refusing that 50 million, then got him 85 million. Bet it on himself, right? The same stuff that we trying to preach about Deontay Wilder. He refused the 50 million. We don't agree to it. You know what I mean? We don't agree, but he refused the 50 million, and now he's getting 85 million. There you go. So don't be mad at when Deontay Wilder do it. Yeah, but they contradicting themselves. 1 minute he don't want him to go to the highest bidder, the next minute he do. Who knows? They just want to do what they want to do, bro. That's all that's about. You know what I'm saying? If I had it my way, the winner of Ortiz versus Wilder and the winner of AJ versus Ruiz will fight next. And losers will fight as well. Fury can fight Pulev or Miller. Oh, yeah. That's in a perfect world. You just described the perfect boxing world, homie. That ain't gonna happen. You know what I mean? But I wish it does. If it does, I'll support everything you just put right there, man. All day. You know what I'm saying? Ale Cartier, those snacks too. Somebody on Snow taking snacks for this fight. Luis Ortiz ain't on snacks. Maybe I'm missing that, man. You know what I'm saying? I hope they ain't got them 2020 snacks going in this fight. I know Wilder ain't fucking with it. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Last of a dying breed. At the time of the knockout, it was 84-83 Wilder on all three scorecards. So it ain't going to be a walk in the park for Wilder. It was very close. Very, very close. The knockdowns is that first knockdown is the thing that really helped Wilder. It was close. It was close, man. It was a very clear. I mean, Luis Ortiz clearly was outboxing Wilder. You know what I mean? I mean, it could be argued that rounds 5, rounds 9, rounds 10 were the definite rounds, I say, for Wilder. And those are the rounds he knocked him down in the 5th. He started to come on strong in the 9th, and he finished him in the 10th. Those were the guaranteed to me rounds for Wilder. The other ones are real close, man. Real debatable. A lot of them went Ortiz's way. It's going to be a close fight. It's going to be a real close fight, man. Real close fight. Muhammad Sola says, what if Ortiz catches Wilder and hurt him with a minute left in the round and still has stamina? Do you think he can finish Wilder? Yeah. I mean, clearly, at least according to Luis Ortiz, I'm going to say this is what he said. He said that the reason he couldn't go on, he didn't finish Wilder, was because he got tired. I mean, at the end of the day, if he still got stamina, you got a minute left, you hurt Wilder, and he comes back. Because if you go back to what he hurt Wilder in the 7th, for 90 to 95% of the 8th round, Wilder was still hurt. Wilder was still Wilder was still trying to get his footing. And Luis Ortiz just could not pull the trigger. He just couldn't do it. You know what I mean? So I will have to believe, and he slowed down in that 8th round in the first fight. He slowed down big time in the second half of that 8th round. He couldn't pull the trigger. So, I mean, my deal is if he has some more left in the tank, the way Wilder was moving in the 7th and the 8th, I can't say if he ain't had nothing left in the tank, he couldn't finish the job, bro. Probably could have, man. Probably could have. Nelson Santos says, that main man made man. Thank you for adding to the pre-fight anticipation with your professional and amazing breakdowns and content. Salute to you, Nelson Santos. Thank you for that, fam. Appreciate that. Everybody that's sliding on in, man, hit the thumbs up for the homie, man. You know what I'm saying? We covering this fight the way it need to be covered. You hear me, though? You know what I'm saying? D-Lo 44 boxing. It's like Ortiz has a cachet of top-notch handguns and rifles, while Wilder has a few pistols and a law rocket. Exactly. And all it takes is for you to hit him in the right spot with that law rocket. You know what I'm saying? I fired them joints before, Mo. You get one shot, but whatever it hits, it destroys. You know what I'm saying? You're right. That's a great analogy right there, D-Lo 44. And Luis Ortiz, man, I mean, look, against any of the top heavyweights, he's in that fight. I mean, I favor him over, honestly, well over 80% of the heavyweight division. I mean, I favor Luis Ortiz well over 85%, maybe even 90% of the heavyweight division. He is a credible threat. You know, Luis Ortiz's stock actually went up after the Wilder fight. That's how good of a performance in the first fight that he did. His stock actually went up after the Wilder fight. So, you know, and that's another thing, you know, going into this rematch, I think Luis Ortiz is going to be just as patient as he was in the first fight. I don't think he gets anxious. I think he remains patient in those early rounds, still looking for opportunities to get close, to let off combinations once he gets to the inside. Luis Ortiz, I don't think in his mind believes he did much wrong in the first fight. outside of getting tired. So I think he goes right back to what he think that was working. And it was working. I mean, it clearly hurt Wilder. The one thing that Luis Ortiz was missing was stamina. Does he got it because he looking slimmer? I don't know. Did he gain stamina and lose power? I don't know. But I mean, I just think in this time around, I think Wilder's timing is just going to be a lot better, bro. I think he's going to take so many more earlier opportunities and earlier shots. I think he'll keep that distance proper, and I think he's going to fling that right hand, man. Just hope he's accurate, man. That's all I can say. Just hope he's accurate. Hit the ever-loving like button, man. Hit the like button, man, for the fam. You hear me? It's Friday night. You dig? Pull my way out of the studio, man, to come and talk to the fam. Man, hit the like button for me. You know what I'm saying? Marcus Davis says, is Ortiz going to be more on his toes in this fight than the first fight? He was flat-footed. Ortiz better follow the Tyson Fury blueprint. I don't think Ortiz can move like that, though. We see I got Wilder, though. You know, that's, like I said before, I keep going back to Luis Ortiz slimming down. That's another thing that can, by him slimming down, he may get better movement. He may be a little bit lighter on his feet going into this rematch. I thought in the first, like, his foot was heavy in the first fight, but when he got tired, bro, his foot really, like, after about fifth round, his foot really got heavy. That's how Wilder was able to start creating more and more separation. In the early part of the fight, Ortiz was doing a good job. He was jabbing, scooting to the right, closing distance. Jabbing, scooting to the right, closing distance. But his feet started to get heavy as he started to get more tired. So maybe him losing that weight and coming to this fight much more slimmer will make him much more lighter on his feet. And he started, you know, remember at points in the first fight, when he got hurt, he started bouncing around on his toes on the outside, trying to shuffle a little bit, you know, trying to stay out of the way of Deontay Wilder. So, you know, but he couldn't do it for so long. We'll see if he can keep it up, man. D-Lo 4-4 boxing. I think if Ortiz catches Wilder without dropping him, Wilder will find a way to make it out of the round. Wilder has a good chin. Good chin. Good set of whiskers on him, man. So Ortiz knows it's going to he's got to get Wilder out. He's got to get Wilder out of there. You can't leave no shadow of a doubt. Like, you have to finish him. I mean, for him to not have finished Deontay Wilder in that seventh round, man. I mean, damn, the chin on Wilder, the heart to stay on your feet after that type of attack. Man, y'all need to go back. If y'all haven't watched that fight in a while, you got to go back and watch that seventh round. I mean, any other fighter would have been gone. For Wilder to hold on to dear life like that, man, the heart that it takes to stay on your feet, the chin that you got to have to eat those shots. And he was starting to eat flush shots. One left hand hit Wilder so flush on the jawline, man. I was just like, damn, how did he stand up behind that? So, man, I mean, dog, you got to respect that man for going back into this fire, man. Ortiz shot his load off going for the KO. Alfredo Angulo did the same thing versus James Kirkland. Makes for great fights. Yeah. And you know, that's one of the things that Andy Ruiz was worried about also against Anthony Joshua. Remember, Andy Ruiz, when he hurt Joshua, when he originally hurt Joshua, he put it on him a little bit. But what did he do? No, he slowed the pace down, and he just, for the next 3 rounds or so, he just kind of just remained patient. Slowly but surely got Anthony Joshua out of there. He was not going to jump on Anthony Joshua. He was not going to make the same mistake against Anthony Joshua that Joshua made against him. Wasn't going to do it. He wasn't going to blow his load. He wasn't going to tie out. And it's looking like Andy Ruiz slimming down. The reason that he wants to do it, because he wanted to make sure, look, man, it cannot go in for these kills. If I go in for these kills and let all these punches fling, will I be able to come out the next round and still got something left in the tank? So Andy Ruiz, he learned. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do this at a slow pace. I'm not going to blow my load. I'm going to take it slow. D-Lo 4-4 boxing, right. Ortiz stock went up and his threat level was confirmed as well. That's why no one came gunning for him even after coming off of a KO loss. Exactly. And the crazy part is that, remember, Ortiz fought on the undercard of Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder. And Luis Ortiz threat said, I will pull myself off this card to face Dillian White. And Dillian White was like, no. You know what I'm saying? Hit him with the Friday joint. No. You know what I'm saying? Nuh-uh. He told him he was going to pull himself off of the off of the Wilder Fury undercard, sign with the Zone or Matchroom or for a multi-fight deal against the wishes of his camp, and he still wanted no smoke. Facts. So that tells you right there. You know what I'm saying? Just K says, hopefully Wilder's seasoning will show. Salute, made man, and Wilder KO round 8 all day. Salute to you, Just K. Salute to you all day. I give it Wilder. That's why I say 8 through 10. That's my prediction for everybody coming in late. My prediction is Deontay Wilder by KO anywhere between rounds 8 through 10. I think it happens late in the fight. I think we get a cosmetically exact same fight that we got in the first fight. The only difference is I think that Wilder takes chances a bit more earlier. That's the only difference. But I think we get the exact same fight. These two fighters are who these two fighters are. Luis Ortiz is a 40-year-old. He's been fighting the way he's been fighting for years. Counterpuncher, southpaw, patient, good pedigree, good boxing pedigree, good power. He's been that way for years. He's going to fight that way coming against Deontay. They're going to fight this way in the rematch. Deontay Wilder, same thing. All of this, he need to learn the basics. Wilder can try to learn the basics. And I hear him talking, prior to this camp, he wanted to go back to the basics. Wilder is Wilder. Once Wilder get hit, he going to go back to doing what he does. Measuring opponents with that jab, keeping them well without a range, trying to get full extension on that right hand, lining them up for that right hand, looking for that opportunity. He's going to go back to it. It ain't going to change fight fans for this fight. And I believe that both men will go back to doing what they do the best, and we will get a cosmetically same fight as the first fight. Now, I don't know. Well, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I think Luis Ortiz honestly hurts Wilder. Or in Wilder's words, Wilder says that we use the word hurt too loosely. He says buzz. So I think he buzzes Wilder at several points in this fight. I'm not saying it's going to be a one-sided domination by far. I think he does buzz Wilder up. I think he does give some nervous moments in this fight. I think Wilder does have some shaky moments in this fight. Yes, I do. But I think Wilder prevails. I think his heart prevails. I think he comes out on top. I think the right hand delivers. That's what I think. But I do think Luis Ortiz goes deep into this fight. So that's why I say I think it's going to be a late stoppage. You know what I'm saying? D-Lo 4-4 boxing. Ortiz better fight his fight. Fury caught lightning in a bottle and still got dropped worse than Ortiz. Trust me, Fury is trying to figure out how he can do better. Oh, yeah. And he probably lost in this. He probably have his mind on that cut too, man. Don't take Fury's word that he ain't thinking about that cut going to be healed. All of a sudden, he just come out. He knows this now. Oh, the cut is going to be healed by December. Man, he worried. Wilder can open that cut up at the snap of a finger. He's worried. So, Fury is definitely trying to get better, and he's trying to figure out strategies. They're going to be watching. Another thing that worries me for Wilder is that we don't know how much damage that he may take from Luis Ortiz to go right back in there with Tyson Fury in February. But this is what they wanted. I was shocked to hear that the contract was signed so early. You know what I mean? They did it so far out from the fight. Whatever, it's signed for February, right? What they say, February 22nd. Fury got cut, and he did good in the tough fight with Wilder. But that was a few months ago now at this point. By February, a lot of time would have been passed. Wilder coming out of a tough fight with Luis Ortiz, going into a tough fight with Tyson Fury, that could be suspect. I'm just saying. Disclaimer, early warning, call it whatever you want. He did it the first time around, though, right? He fought Luis Ortiz and he went in there with Tyson Fury the first. So maybe I'm tripping, but I'm just saying, if this is a tough fight for Wilder, he better beware. D-Lo 4-4. Wilder made him miss quite a bit in that seventh as well. I was impressed that Wilder refused to even take a knee. Watching live, though, I thought he was nuts not doing so. Yeah. I mean, he tried to attempt to grab him a couple times throughout that flurry, but he couldn't. Luis Ortiz was slick enough to get away from Wilder trying to grab him. And Wilder was just eating punches, bro. Just eating punches. And he still didn't go down. You got to admire that, fight fans. How do you not admire that, fight fans? Even if you don't like the man, you don't like what he stands for. How could you not admire the fact that that man survived that round from a big puncher like Luis Ortiz? Then y'all know Luis Ortiz's knockout ratio is pretty high. It ain't a low knockout ratio. This dude can punch. No, man. For y'all who going for Ortiz, I ain't mad at y'all, Joe. I ain't mad at y'all at all, man. Nelson Santos, Wilder was getting his flush in that 7th round with everything and somehow didn't go down. Unbelievable. Same here, homie. Same here. You know what I'm saying? All right. Marcus Davis says when Wilder started it to sit down on that right hand, when he started throwing it straight, he was landing on Ortiz. Wilder throws that right hand fast. Wilder is very athletic with deceptive speed. He is. And he has a fast jab too, man. He flicks that jab out there fast. But I'm going to say this, and I got to keep it 100. Wilder also needs to beware of the behind the head punches. I'm going to be honest with you. Did I think it was to a point that he was doing any of that stuff intentional? No. Wilder, the referee didn't pull no points in that first fight. It could have been points. There were points. I thought it could have been point or two took. Be careful. This ref may not be as, forgiving for that stuff. We know Wilder, sometimes he lets them hands go. And like I said, I don't think he does none of that stuff intentional. When he got an opponent hurt, man, that passion get to running through his veins and he letting them hands fly. But just be mindful, bro, because we don't know what this ref gonna do. Wilder landed quite a few behind the head punches in that first fight. He did. But let's just hope that the ref, is not gonna be, riding him heavy for that shit. You know what I'm saying? D-Lo 4-4 boxing. The wild card to me, more than anything, is how will Wilder fare without the flu. I think that gives him much confidence, but not overconfidence. Exactly. I mean, to know that you survived that 7th round from Luis Ortiz while having the flu, going into this fight 100%, well, you got to be thinking, well, if I beat this cat with the flu and survive the best that he has with the flu, I ain't got no reason to believe why I ain't going to beat him in the rematch. I mean, he should have that confidence. I mean, Wilder wouldn't be Wilder without it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. I mean, but I'm nervous, though, bruh. I'm nervous as hell, man, for this fight. I'm going to be 100, man. I'm going to be 100. I got Lion Bar in the building. What's up, fam? Ortiz is overhyped. His biggest win was against Jennings, and his claim to fame is buzzing Wilder. So on to the party pooper, but what has he achieved in boxing? Well, Lion Bar, who has gave him the shot? That's the question that we always got to ask when we get these type of things. People believe in Luis Ortiz, not outside of, more, even going into the Wilder fight, prior to the Wilder fight, Luis Ortiz already had respect in boxing. And yet, it wasn't just because of the Jennings fight. It's because how well we seen people avoiding him. When you see so many people avoiding a certain fighter, they got to tell you something about their fighter. And clearly, like I told you people before, the man was signed to Matchroom. No AJ fight. No other heavyweight has ever spoke of Luis Ortiz. Dillian White got out the way. Where was Alexander Povetkin? Never heard him mention him. Nobody. Who we talking about? Charles Martin? Anybody? You know what I'm saying? Who has said that they wanted to fight Luis Ortiz? And that's why a lot of fight fans do this, man. They try to do this with Crawford. I always be jumping about this. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, who is he for? Who is he beat? It always come down to who gave him the shot. Who gave him the only person to get this man the shot was Wilder. That's it. Nobody else would give him a shot. Everybody got every excuse in the world as to why Eddie didn't let AJ fight him. Oh, he came over here and stunk the place up. Oh, he gave us boring fights in the UK, man. Eddie wasn't going to put him in the ring with AJ. 3 fights. He was over there. And he couldn't get the AJ fight. So, once again, it's not so much about who he beat. It's about so many people avoiding him. And it makes us fans go, well, this guy is definitely the goods. Not to mention he's wiping out the lower class. Nobody on the lower class is coming close to beat him. That lets you know that this is an elite heavyweight. I mean, I would, a Lion Bar, man, I would love to see Luis Ortiz against any of the other head. I would love to see any of them try to fight the man and see what would happen. I would love to see that. Who was that? Somebody else jumped out there to act like they wanted to fight. It wasn't F.A. or Jog, but it was Joe Joyce. Remember when Joe Joyce even came over here saying Luis Ortiz's name, acting like he wanted to fight, and then got out of Dodge the first door that opened. Faking, fronting, acting like he wanted to fight. Ain't won shit. Joe Joyce did the same thing. So that's what I'm saying. These fighters don't say that man's name. He is truly a boogeyman. You know what I'm saying? D'Lo 404 Boxing says Wilder has to keep it extra clean all day. He does. I'm telling you, man, because it's even been talk leading up to this fight about those behind the head punches. So who knows what the referee may be briefed on going into this rematch, but who knows if they're going to be looking out for that. And they may just be may just be doing it. They may just be looking out for it. And Wilder don't need to have no points deducted because he's punching behind the head. But that was a factor in the first fight. Luis Ortiz tried to mention it, but the fans jumped all over him for it. You know what I'm saying? And people, people started going to Luis Ortiz like, bro, how you gonna talk bad about Wilder? He giving you the shot, and y'all had the respect because y'all daughters, and so he started to walk it back. But he wanted to speak on it. He really did. You know what I'm saying? But people jumped all over him for speaking on it, man. Muhammad Tola says, you're absolutely right, man. I watched the 7th round several times, and each time I thought Wilder was going to hit the canvas or the referee was going to jump in and stop the fight. Heart of a lion. Ain't many that would have escaped that 7th round, Muhammad Tola. Ain't many. Ain't many in boxing that could have walked away from that 7th round. For real, man. It takes a special kind of heart. It takes a hunger. It takes passion. And it's got to be running through you at all times to keep you on your feet in moments like that. And Wilder got all that. You know what I'm saying? D'Lo 4-4 Boxing. Nelson Santos, I agree. That 7th looked like it was about to change the game. You know what I'm saying? You say you playing devil. It's all good, Linebar. You know it's all good, fam. No, it's all good, man. But that's just how I feel about Luis Ortiz. He's a duck fighter. You know, I say it all the time on this platform, man. I got respect for duck fighters. You know what I'm saying? And I consider Luis Ortiz one of them. Until another heavyweight proved me wrong. You know, until another top 5 or top 3 heavyweight proved me wrong, then this is how I'm always view Luis Ortiz. None of them ain't proving me wrong, though. You know what I'm saying? D'Lo 4-4 Boxing. What do trainers and former fighters say about Ortiz and his skills? All I ever hear is praise. Even Fury is on the record, shamelessly saying he will never give Ortiz a shot. Never. Exact. But then Tyson Fury won't be the same dude that will run the social media. Oh, Wilder, you're fighting an old man. And blah, blah, blah. That's what fighters do. You know what I mean? When it comes to Luis Ortiz, that's what they do. They'll run to their social media page. They'll run it. They'll clown. Oh, Wilder, you fighting an old man and this, that, and the third. Well, but you won't fight him. You won't even go near him. Too high risk, low reward. We know what it's about. We know the game. We know what they're going to say. We tired of hearing that damn song. You know what I'm saying? Robert Navarro, VADA testing in this fight for Wilder Ortiz. Yes. Wilder's the WBC champion. There has to be VADA testing. He's in the WBC Clean Boxer program. There has to be VADA testing. So, yes. Not to mention Luis Ortiz is a top 15 WBC fighter. So, he will also have to be enrolled in the WBC Clean Boxer program, which uses VADA. So, yeah, VADA should definitely be in this fight. Salah Farah, main man in the house, dropping boxing knowledge. What's up, Salah? What's going on? And it's late. It's midnight here on the East Coast. We up off the late night fight fans. Salute to everybody up in here tonight riding with me, man. Late night joint, man. I should have put late night in the title. Late night live stream. We ain't done one of these in a minute. You know what I mean? So let me just give this special shout out. Salute to all of the security officers, all of the construction workers, the nighttime, the first shift workers, all my first shift workers out there. Main man riding with you tonight. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that's up, that's counting the numbers. Everybody that's pulling in from the bar, pulling in from the club on this Friday night. You got your little tenderoni sitting right there with you. You know what I'm talking about? Rocking with the homies. Salute to everybody. It's fight week for Deontay Wilder. Hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? Muhammad Tola says Hearn had the WBA drop Ortiz from their rankings when he was Joshua's mandatory all day. All day. He petitioned to get Ortiz kicked out of the WBA. They wrote letters, the whole 9. I covered that in the video here once before. We did that when I did a deep investigation with that, man. And also I had uncovered some information at that time how they what was it? They went behind the scenes and they contacted the WBA, similar to what you're saying, and basically how they would just like, no, we don't want Luis Ortiz as the mandatory for this reason, that reason. I mean, they were actively working hard to not make him the mandatory. You know what I'm saying? So it was trash, bro. D'Lo 4-4 Boxing. Ortiz fought Jennings right after Vlad. Stopped him. Fought Dave Allen right after White. Stopped him. You know what I'm saying? fought Kanjanu right after Parker. Stopped him. Yeah, real talk. Real talk. Damn, good points, bro. That goes to show you the level of power Luis Ortiz is real. His pedigree is real. What these trainers say about him is real. The reason that these fighters are ducking him is real. You dig? It's real. Proof is in the pudding. Yeah, I mean, look, man, for all you eye test believers out there, how can you not use your eye test and see that Luis Ortiz is not the real deal? Come on. Come on. I believe he was the first to stop all three guys. Damn. That's something. And Wilder was the first one to actually put Luis Ortiz down. No one has ever put Luis Ortiz down but Deontay Wilder. Equal foundation in the building. You on 495? Oh, you in that traffic, homie. That beltway, bro. That beltway brutal, man. Man, let me tell y'all, fight fans who don't live in the DMV, man. Y'all know, man, we got some of the worst traffic in the world. Joe, I talk about this all the time, man. It's getting to a point of getting, look, man, all of y'all who want to come here like a tourist, stay the hell off 495, stay the hell off 295, stay the hell off 395, stay the hell off the BW Parkway. They easy passing us down. They about to make it so anytime you travel from DC to Maryland or from Maryland to Virginia, you got to now either pay a toll or easy pass. We got speed cameras everywhere. Traffic in this area, it's a war. It's a battle, fight fans. Just know if you ever come into the DMV area, man. You know what I'm saying? Since when was Wilder last enrolled? Robert Navarro, Wilder is the WBC champion. He is the WBC champion. You know what I mean? So once again, he has to be enrolled. All champions and top 15 fighters rated in the WBC must be enrolled in the WBC Clean Boxer program. That's no gray area there. There's no ifs, ands, or maybes. There's no buts. There's no, well, what about this fight? Or maybe not that. No, every fight where they are randomly tested 365. So also Luis Ortiz is a top 15 fighter too. So he has to be enrolled. Since when was he enrolled? You could say since the day they created it. Wilder's been enrolled in it since the day they created it. You know, I've done several videos on this channel talking about names that were kicked off of VADA lists and or kicked out of the WBC Clean Boxer Pro or kicked out of the WBC rankings because they wasn't enrolled. Guess what? Deontay Wilder's name has never been on none of those lists. He's never been dropped from the WBC for not enrolling. Never. So they created the program when? 2017, 2016, 2017. Wilder's been in it since. And he was taking VADA even prior to that. You know what I mean? I think for the Stavern fight. Let's see. Muhammad Hamatola. Do you think Wilder should fight in the UK and sell out the O2? I'd rather see him sell out his hometown. I'd rather see him, honestly, he hasn't really locked down a market here. I wouldn't mind seeing him fight in the UK. I mean, if the opponent is a worthy enough opponent, that, you know, UK fighter, of course, an Anthony Joshua or something like that, or Dillian White, maybe, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I mean, he's the lockdown the market. He is the highest grossing heavyweight. He has the American market as a heavyweight, but he needs to lock down areas here, man. I'm more concerned about like Wilder locking the South down, or, you know, he has the whole South, or he has the whole North. I want to see him do that stuff here, because this is where he's putting all his bets at. You know what I mean? But you know, I wouldn't, if he wanted to do it to spread his brand around, I wouldn't be against it. I wouldn't be against it at all. You know what I mean? D-Lo 44 Boxing. When I was in Maryland and DC, I didn't bother renting a car. It wasn't worth the trouble. It ain't. Just take the subway, homie. Just take the subway. We got one of the best, cleanest metro systems in the country. Just take the subway. You know what I'm saying? For real, man. Because, it's funny because there used to be a time, right, on the weekends where you can drive. Where, like, if you were just going somewhere, you're going to hang out with some buddies on the weekends, y'all going to the movies, or, you know what I mean? Or if you in DC, you about to ride down to Baltimore, go chill out at the harbor or something like that, man, you can get there with no problem on Saturdays and Sundays. Now, Saturdays is just as bad as Mondays. Sundays are just as bad as Wednesdays. It's all the same. It's too many people that moved into this area. Our area was recession-proof. We have the government in this town heavy. So jobs flourish here, high-paying jobs. are here by the boatloads. So this area is flooded with people. They're knocking down trees. They constantly building more neighborhoods. It's flooded with people. You know what I'm saying? Immigrants are moving here by the boatloads. This area is becoming very, very. I don't even know if I can retire here, man. I got a home here. I built from the ground up, but I don't even know if I can retire here, homie. For real. I don't know if I'm 70 years old, I want to be surrounded by a metropolis my whole life. I moved out here into the burbs where it's quiet around woods. Man, that's even being, man, I don't even want to talk about it. They taking all that away, bro. Everywhere ain't meant to be a metropolis. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. Marcus Davis says Wilder can counter off that back foot when Ortiz dropped his guard and got lazy on defense. Wilder stepped back and threw that counter right hand. You can't get lazy or complacent when you fight Wilder at all. And that's where Ortiz's downfall came in at. Like I told y'all before, his footwork started to slow down. His combinations, they wasn't as fast. He wasn't taking nearly as many risks. He started to leave himself open a lot more, breathing a lot harder. All of these things, man, you can't do none of these things against Deontay Wilder because he has an equalizer. He has something that can wipe you out at any second of the fight. I'm just telling y'all, man. I mean, to those who think that Luis Ortiz is going to win this fight, you must be thinking that that weight loss is going to be the thing that gets him over the stamina hump. You got to be thinking that because he fought patient in the first. It ain't like he was blowing his load constantly throughout the fight. He fought very, very patient. You know what I'm saying? Man, I hope the weight loss is the key. Maybe that takes him deeper into a fight. Maybe that allows him, if he can hurt Deontay Wilder, to finish Deontay Wilder. Maybe. We'll see. I honestly think it's going to be a push and pull thing. He may have gave himself some help in the stamina department, but he might have hurt himself in the power department. We'll see. We'll see. He's still a big boy, though. I mean, he's still coming into this fight much heavier than Deontay Wilder. So we'll see. Maybe I'm making too much about the weight and his power, but I just don't know, bro. I just don't see it, man. We'll see. We'll see. And Luis Ortiz has always had stamina. I mean, in a Christian Hammer fight, he slowed down. You know what I mean? Let me see here. Muhammad Hamatola says, you're right, man. Since Tank is about to sell the venue in ATL, I'm confident Wilder can make a big splash over there all day. I mean, he's a Southern man. I want him to take over the South. I'm sure he can get all of those Southern states, Georgia, Alabama, Texas, Florida, all of them can ride with him. If he locks down just that one hemisphere, that's all he needs. That's all he needs. So he get them to wake up and really support him in the numbers that he want to really be at. He can do it with just that alone. You know, that's what I believe. That's what I believe. D'Lo 4-4 boxing. I would rather see him fight in ATL or Bryant-Denny Stadium, preferably Bryant-Denny. Okay, yeah, down south, bro. Let him go down south, lock it down. They send the Tank down there to ATL. You know what I'm saying? And they see that market. They want to try to get a hand on that market. Wilder can take that market over. I mean, I'm pretty sure you're already heavy in the South. They love him in Alabama, I know. But I need to see that love coming together on a united front consistently for Deontay Wilder. And like I said before, I wouldn't mind to see him going to the UK or maybe going to where Tyson Fury from, Ireland or, you know, wherever. You know what I mean? I wouldn't mind that if that helps him spread his brand, but he would need a proper dance partner in these countries to fight. I don't want to see him going over there to fight scrubs. It has to be somebody worth his while. You know what I mean? That's going to spread his brand. And that's how I see it, man. But this is going to be a good fight, man. Really looking forward to this fight tomorrow night. Like I told fight fans, anybody who came in late, I'm rocking with Deontay Wilder late in the fight. Knockout between the 8th and 10th round. I just think that he comes into this thing taking much more risk early on. He doesn't have the flu. I think he has his distance down. I think he has the timing of Luis Ortiz will be much better into this fight. He'll keep Luis Ortiz at distance. He'll get full extension on them punches. But as for Luis Ortiz, I expect for him to put up a hell of a fight. I think that Deontay Wilder does get buzzed throughout of this fight. I think that Deontay Wilder is not going to be an easy walk in the park. I think it's going to be cosmetically the same fight as the first fight, where both men will be patient earlier on, looking for opportunities to get their big punches off. But Luis Ortiz scooting to the right, jabbing, scooting to the right, standing away from Wilder's powerful right hand. Every once in a while, if he's smart, he sends a left hand downstairs. But I think he goes back to that. Looking to get in close, letting off combinations to probably hurt Wilder on the inside. like he did in the first fight. I think he does. I think that Luis Ortiz believes that he didn't make no mistakes in the first fight, and that the only thing that went wrong was that he got tired. So I believe that he goes back to that game plan, as does Deontay Wilder. I think we'll have a great fight. I think it'll be a nail biter. You know, I think casuals, they may boo it from time like they did in the first fight. You may boo it throughout the first 4 rounds because both men will be getting a feel for one another. They were going to be seeing what changes, what feels the same. But once the timing gets down, expect for fireworks to be unleashed. This is going to be a hell of a fight. Salute for Deontay Wilder to take this fight with no obstacles. Salute for Luis Ortiz to not become a diva of any sort and try to make high, crazy demands or nothing like that. Salute to both of these men for making this rematch, knowing how dangerous it is for both of them, because Luis Ortiz got consequences if he loses also. I mean, this could be it for Luis Ortiz. Who else is going to give him a shot? How else? What else is bigger outside of Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua for Luis Ortiz? And we know that they're not giving him the shot. So this may be Luis Ortiz's really last shot at the top. There's a lot going into this fight, man. It's a lot. Muhammad Tola fighting Wilder and knowing that he can land at a race at any time might be mentally exhausting. It is. It has to be. It has to be. But like I said, man, Luis Ortiz for majority of the first fight did good by staying out of the way of it. It's just that he got clipped here and there. And that's when you seen, you know, when he got knocked down in the 5th round. I mean, he got hit dead on with the right hand, straight in the middle of the forehead. But Wilder was shooting it. It didn't hit him dead on like he did that time. But Wilder was shooting it all fight. He did a good job staying out of the way, and he did a good job with jabbing and scooting to the right. That's one thing I took away from the first fight that I was very impressed with Luis Ortiz about. Throwing his right hand jab, boom, and then leaning to the right. Staying away from that big right hand from Deontay Wilder. He was doing a real good job of that. The problem is his feet slowed down. His hands slowed down. Separation started to occur too many times. And Wilder lined him up and got him out of there. But good effort. Good effort. D-Lo 4 says, yes, stress causes fatigue. Worrying about that big shot all fight would do that. Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, Luis Ortiz tried to say that, oh, Wilder didn't hurt him in the first fight. You know, and just, yeah, he just got tired. Man, he was hurt. He was that first knockdown in the 5th, the one that hit him flush on, like right in the middle of the forehead. That Joe made him do like somebody could have made like a meme with that little dance step that Luis Ortiz did. I mean, he got hit, he went back, then he went forward, then he went down. It was like a little dance move he did and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, look, man, he definitely was hurt, bro. It was more than just fatigue, I think. Of course, he playing big. Even Wilder, you know what I mean? Wilder's like, oh, well, you know, I wasn't hurt, I was buzzed. I wasn't hurt, I was buzzed. Whatever, bro. You know what I'm saying? Both of y'all got hurt. Y'all hurt each other, but y'all both put up phenomenal fights. And I respect both men. So, man, we'll look forward to this, man. Look, man, get back here with me tomorrow. We're doing We Talking Boxing, where we'll open up the topics tomorrow morning, maybe tomorrow afternoon, but well before the fights and all the events start. We got to talk about the Earl Spence situation and the pitches out, and we'll talk about a lot of other things that I got lined up. Also, Leo Santa Cruz getting $2 million to face Miguel Flores. $2 million to fight Miguel Flores, a fighter that beat nobody. Are you serious? $2 million and the WBA Super Championship. It looked like to me, this is the reason why he ducks Gary Russell Jr. Like I told y'all before, the man has no incentive to fight Gary Russell Jr. $2 million and a WBA Super Championship against a guy that doesn't even needs to be nowhere near a title fight right now. Man, that's funny. That's funny. That's funny. Can I read your comment at 12:10? Okay, no problem, D-Lo. When Ortiz fought Hammer, he was Ortiz's 3rd opponent in a span of about 8 months or so. He earned the right to have a less than stellar performance. Oh, yeah. You know what? That's a great point. Older fighter in Luis Ortiz coming off such a tough fight like the Deontay Wilder by getting stopped in the Deontay Wilder fight. Yeah, I mean, but, you know, but like I said earlier also, D-Lo, you know, that's just Luis Ortiz. He is an up and down fighter. You know what I mean? And when he did go over to the UK during that Matchroom deal, I will admit the UK fans always tell me all the time, main man, he stunk it up. He was boring. He was hard to watch. And if you do go back and watch those fights, they were tough, slow fights. And Luis Ortiz, those were opponents that we would expect Luis Ortiz to mop the floor with. You know what I'm saying? That's just how he is. That's just how he is, man. He's an up and down fighter. Sometimes he fights to the level of his competition, if you will. You know what I'm saying? And he does that a lot. I've noticed that through the years a lot by Luis Ortiz. I've been watching Luis Ortiz a lot, man, and he does that in a lot of fights. He fights to the level of his competition. Fighters that we think that if he would have came in a Christian Hammer fight and put the same performance on that he did in the he'd have got Christian Hammer out of there, man. But, you know, and I still thought he dominated Christian Hammer. He didn't look as stellar and he didn't knock him out, but I thought he still definitely won by a wide margin. You know what I mean? So a lot of people do like to criticize him because of that fight, but that's just Luis Ortiz, bro. Don't make him a bum. It just makes him that some nights he doesn't come out super stellar. He doesn't. He just doesn't. And I've heard him try to explain it many a times. You know, that's just the way he is, man. And I just think for fights like this, a Deontay Wilder with all at stake in front of his daughter, I just think that he's going to try his best. He's going to give it his all. And we see in training camp is clearly he's giving it his all. You know what I'm saying? I think I already read that one. Muhammad Hamatola says he was also hanging in the ropes like Stavern. Yeah. He was tired, bro. He was done. He was hurt. He was more than tired. He was actually hurt. He was hurt and tired. Man, he was done, bro. He was out of it. That's why Leo named both of his sons after Al Heyman. Yeah, man. His favorite person in the world, hooking them all the way up at my man Gary Russell Jr.'s expense. $2 million against a bum and for the WBA super title. Like I told y'all before, they could have at least made Leo Santa Cruz versus Andrew Cancio, the WBA regular champion, or Leo Santa Cruz versus Jojo Diaz, the WBA, what was he? Is he like the gold champion or something? That would have been more respectable. But you give him Miguel Flores and you give him $2 million and we wonder why he ain't fighting Gary Russell Jr. Why would he? Why would he? Easy money, right? Work smarter, not harder, right? That's what they tell you. Gary Russell Jr. ruins Leo's earning potential all day. Ruins that tank fight. Ruins it. And that's another thing that we're going to cover when we talking boxing tomorrow, man. The evidence that was dug up from Black Fight Fan. I remember last live stream, Black Fight Fan came in talking about Vasyl Lomachenko and how Vasyl Lomachenko has recently came out and said that, you know, he didn't know anything about, you know, getting the WBC franchise belt. He didn't ask for it. It fell in his lap. Well, clearly, there's clear social media, a back and forth between Lomachenko and Devin Haney, where Lomachenko clearly states that he vacated the WBC, which means that he willfully gave it up to accept the WBC franchise belt, which means that he had a heads up, which means that he knew. We're going to talk about this more tomorrow. The question was asked at the end of the last live stream. Do I believe that Devin Haney, do I believe that Vasyl Lomachenko is ducking Devin Haney? And I effectively said I believe his team is ducking Devin Haney. But to know that Vasyl Lomachenko vacated the WBC, it wasn't forced upon him in any sort of way, I don't know, fight fans. We'll talk about it tomorrow. I got Ronnie Boy fresh in the building. What's up, Ronnie Boy? Gave my prediction for this joint. Wilder, late stoppage between round 8 and 10, homie. Between round 8 and 10 all day. You know what I'm saying? D'Lo 4-4 boxing. Yeah, he fought 3 fights in 8 months after the Wilder KO. In the UK, he fought guys even more frequent. I think he fought someone in less than a month after a fight. Yeah, they don't tell that part of the story. It takes boxing fans like you, D'Lo, to tell that. People don't want to say, he fought 3 times in less than a year. Oh, yeah, in 8 months before he fought Christian Hammer. You're right. They want to run around and say you're old man. Well, this old man fought 3 times in 1 year. Maybe that's the reason he looked the way he looked. He he had him hinged up on the ropes on that early knockdown. The bell saved him there. Yeah, could have. Yeah, you're right. Bell saved him. Your man was in the ropes like, yo, tangled up some more shit. You know what I'm saying? He was hurt. He can't just blame it on fatigue. Bro, you was hurt. You know what I mean? Just keep it a buck. You got hurt. You know what I'm saying? Why would he got hurt? It's all good. You know what I'm saying? Ronnie Boy Fresh in the building. Dan the Man Boxing. What's up, Dan the Man? Salute to Dan the Man Boxing, man. Salute to you, man. What up, man? Wilder's guarantee is $3 million plus upside. That can be up to $20 million. Is that what I'm reading, or am I wrong? No, you are not wrong, my friend. That's exactly what you reading, because I just read it. Bro, $20 million. Betting on yourself going right. You did. I just was telling everybody, like, bro, I remember the days when Wilder was barely even getting 5 million a fight. And now he's, by doing it his way, made it to 20 million a fight for Luis Ortiz. If the man beats Tyson Fury, the price is going to go through the roof. And then we're going to be sitting back saying, what $100 million deal? 100 what? 100 who? Oh, he getting that. He about to get that. Yo, salute to Wilder, man. But people was running around here happy. He making $3 million. How is that betting on himself? Every boxing fan with a brain knew that they were going to get more than those purses reported. Everybody with a brain. Like I told y'all before, how you going to run around and say that Al Heyman pulled Luis Ortiz out of the AJ fight, which he was going to get $7 million, and not pay him at least $7 million in the Wilder fight? You can't say he pulled him out of that fight, not going to pay him the same. That wouldn't look right. So, like I said, what about Wilder's promoters' checks? What about his fighter purse? What about his pay-per-view back end? How much is he really getting? You don't know. 20 million. Salute. Ronnie Boy Fresh says the hell with all that. Neri versus Rodriguez is canceled. What? He ain't make the weight? I think he had problems making weight, right? He must ain't make the weight. I was gonna cover that tomorrow once I found out the conclusion of that. Damn. Discipline, man. Fighting your own right in the right weight class, man. D-Lo 404 boxing. Leo Santa Cruz should have fought Gary Russell Jr. long ago. Now I think he only fights him for mega money or on his way out. That's it, and that's all. And it'd be some unreasonable type thing. Oh, I want 70%. It'd be something stupid. And I don't even know if he even fight. I just don't think he want to fight Gary because he know he'll get embarrassed. And he don't want to at least be embarrassed. You know what I'm saying? I think Gary would embarrass him. It wouldn't look right to be embarrassed by your rival. And I think Gary would embarrass him. Period. Muhammad told, I heard Leo talking about Tank. I think they're setting that fight up as a big pay-per-view due to the Mexican following Cruz has. I like the fight, though. Yeah, they did. The writing's on the wall. Writing's already on the wall, man. They already saying that that's where they're going. That's the route that they're going. You already see the way Leo Santa Cruz is talking. You hear the way Tank is talking. The writing's on the wall. That's what they want. They want Leo Santa Cruz to be Tank's first pay-per-view. And with the following that Leo Santa Cruz has, they're hoping to convert that following into a pay-per-view fight with Tank. And hoping Tank can capitalize on that fan base. It's a simple deal. You know what I mean? It's disgusting because it leaves Gary Russell Jr. in the dust. You know what I mean? Both of them duck them. Easy. You know what I'm saying? Easy. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. D-Lo 404 boxing. No, the 20 mil is a guarantee. That is not an up to amount. That means no less than, even if they lose the money. Up to 20 million guarantee. So it's like, yeah, I see Boxing Logic United in the building. What up, fam? What's going on? He's saying up to 20 million. You know, and here we go with the wordplay now. You know what I'm saying? My deal is, look, even if it's in the ballpark, if you want to say 18, you want to say 17, you want to say 16, you want to say 19, you want to say 19.3. I don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, anything in that ballpark is still him winning on his bet. That's just that we talking about a fighter that was making $2 million, $2 million in fights. That's now worked his way all the way up to this level and did it his way. I don't care. Y'all, we 20 million. If y'all want to get hooked on the exact number, y'all be my guest. 20 million is what ESPN is reporting. Up to 20 million. Anything that's still a ballpark. Anything, because clearly they don't even really all the way know. And this is what I be telling about. If ESPN can't say for certain that it's exactly 20 million, no one knows. So everybody need to stop fucking guessing. Everybody guessing. I don't care, bro. It could be in the ballpark. I'm going by ESPN word, and they say guaranteed, according to the my phone died, but according to the article, a guarantee of up to 20 million. That's damn good. That's damn good. It's more like 20. But how were they so exact about Ortiz's then? 7, which is more. It was reported early on that he was going to get 7 million for this fight because of what they did over the AJ situation. Nah, man, I think it's up there. I think it's up there. ESPN, I mean, they're the ones that reported this, man. And that's ESPN is as good as it gets, allegedly. Or Dan Rayfield, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? D'Lo 4-4 boxing. I would bet on Wilder KO rounds 1 through 3, but it's not a good time for me to be gambling. I'm playing it safe. I feel that. 1 through 3, that's early. I think they're going to be still filling each other out by then, man. I think they still going to be looking for them openings. But maybe I'm tripping. Marcus Davis, every time Wilder landed on Ortiz, he did way more damage than Ortiz did on Wilder. Ortiz had that moment in the 7th round when he had Wilder hurt, but every time he lands on Ortiz, he hurted him. Yeah, with one shot. Ortiz was landing several. Imagine Wilder landing as many flush shots on Ortiz that Ortiz landed on him when Wilder got hurt. You think it would have took Wilder that many punches? Hell to the nah. Hell to the nah. You know what I mean? So Wilder's power is real, man. The equalizer is real. And that just goes to tell you, man, it doesn't matter if Ortiz hurts Wilder in this fight. I am calling for Ortiz to buzz up Wilder throughout this fight. But it don't matter. Fight ain't over. At any time, that fight is turning around. It's a beautiful thing. He has the strongest right hand in boxing. And I dare somebody challenge me on that. The strongest right hand in boxing. Damn. You hear me, though? Damn. You know what I'm saying? If it's up to 20 mil, then it ain't a guarantee. Either way, good for them guys to get a nice cut of the pie. And that's the whole really point of it. You know what I mean? You just happy to see the man coming up. You happy to see a man that said, I'm going to do it my way. I'm not going to do it the way you want me to do it or you want me to do it. I'm going to do it my way. And to see the results coming in with higher and higher purses. Everybody want to say 85 million. It ain't 85 million. Okay, granted. It ain't that. It ain't what Canelo getting. But they are doing it in a way where they're basically giving themselves to the corporate entities. This is a man who said he wanted to do it his way. He is now promoting this fight. This fight is being promoted by Mayweather Promotions and Bomb Squad Promotions. He's doing it his way on the biggest network in America. Come on, man. Come on, man. Bro, it won't be close to 20 mil. Facts, 3 mil is guaranteed. That's not true. That's not true at all. Remember what they were guaranteed in the Fury fight. I think they Wilder walked away with about 13 mil in that fight. Remember what the reported purses were. I think it was like 1 point something million and something. It all depends. It's a bet. It's a gamble. It depends on the pay-per-view numbers. It depends on the concession stands. It depends on a lot of things. But it's still a gamble and a bet on himself. It's still me saying, I'm gonna do this. I'm not gonna have all of these hands in my pocket. I'm gonna do this my way. I'm gonna do it like this. Oh, y'all act like everybody gotta walk around make 100 mil. Everybody gotta make 80 mil. Nah, he good with what he getting. All I know is for anybody if you say that boxing logic, then you tell it to ESPN because they're the ones that's putting this out there. ESPN. Wilder don't fight for ESPN. They don't got no reason to lie. They putting it out there. So I'm just saying. Mike Big Boxing in the building. What's up, fam? What's going on? Salute. Ortiz is getting 1.1 mil. You think Ortiz is getting 1.1 mil, bro? Like, for real? You know Ortiz. Dog, How is Ortiz going to get 1.1 mil? They got Leo Santa Cruz on the undercard, and he's supposed to be getting 2. No, bro. Ortiz is going to get, according to ESPN, they saying around 7 mil. I believe that. Like I said before, if you want to be one of the people that says that Al Heyman pulled Luis Ortiz out of the Anthony Joshua fight where he was getting 7 mil, do you not think he would at least replace that 7 mil with another 7 mil? I mean, minimum. So they're reporting that he's getting 7 mil. Ortiz, that 1.1 is his guarantee. But what about the back end pay-per-view money, which he will be getting a part of? How much is that? It's going to kick into his purse. So it's too many moving parts when you're dealing with a pay-per-view fight of this caliber. There's a lot of moving parts where money and revenue is generated. Money can come from a lot of different places when you're talking a fight like this. And you don't know what's in these fighters' contracts, what percentages of what. AJ gets, from what I hear, 85% of the concessions. Like, that's crazy. But that's what he got in his contract. But that's crazy. He get 85% of the. You don't know if they got something like that in their contract. You just don't know. Showtime never let out the deal that they signed out with Wilder. I keep going back to this. Remember when he turned the 120 down and he signed whatever deal he signed to keep him over here? They never let the terms of that deal out. You don't know what Wilder is making. Too many moving parts. Just way too many. Way too many to try to determine that. You know what I'm saying? Dilo 44 Boxing. Dan said his guarantee is about 20 mil. So you're right. Who knows? Yeah. It's about, but it's still, that's a ballpark. That's still a damn good, for you to use 20 mil as the ballpark. Still just tells me it's a high number. I mean, they could have easily said, oh, he gets a guarantee of 3 million and yeah, but he'll eventually make about 10, 12 million. Why would they jump to such a high number like 20? That means you in the ballpark. You got to be in the ballpark. If, like I said, if it's 16, if it's 15, if it's 17, if it's 18, if it's 19, it's still a come up. It's still Wilder doing it his way. He turned down, okay, let's say if he'd have took the 120, right? We would have been on fight 2 of that deal right now. The first fight would have been Dominique Brazil, 20 million, right? Second fight would have been, it was rumored to be Dillian White, 20 million. So if he's off by 4, 5, 6 million going into this fight right here, which he would have been making 20 million if he would have took the DAZN deal, right? If he's off by a few million, but yet he's doing it on Fox pay-per-view, he's being still allowed to go on Fox and being showed next to football games. His brand is still growing. So I may take, I don't know, 15, but my brand is still growing. That's the trade-off. I may not be getting the 20 million that I would have been making under the DAZN deal, but I'll be cool with 15 and the ability to be shown right after football games and college football games and all kinds of stuff like that. To be in business with Disney, to be in business with CBS and Showtime, and you know what I'm saying? Like, and to hear the Fox executives come out and say that they're going to be trying to do fights with ESPN. I mean, yeah, I'll take a few mil short to have access to all of that. As opposed to being fed that 20 million, put on the app, brand stagnates. No one sees me fight. People forget all about me. All these hands in my pocket. Who do I got to pay off to get out of the deals that I was in? He did it his way, and I respected it. Up to 20 mil if he sold 2.2 million pay-per-view buys, but that's none of my business, though, Slim. I don't know that, Ronnie Boy Fresh. I ain't going with that, bro. I ain't going with that. You doing math. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Hey, bro, I don't know who getting what, man. I don't know who getting what. I just know what that was being reported. I don't know, I don't know who getting what, man. I mean, you doing the math. You saying $75 times 2.2 million will give him 20 million. Is that what you're trying to say? I don't know if he may be getting some extras. You don't know what kind of deal, what kind of network deal he got. Y'all don't know these things, man. Oh man, all the guessing that be going on out here. I wish I knew. Because when I did the video the other day, speaking on the 120 million, I would have loved to talk about it. I would have loved to report that, well, Wilder turned down that deal because he signed the deal saying he made boom, boom, boom. But that deal is not on the internet. No one knows where it is. No one's seen it. They don't talk about it. They haven't written about it. Nothing. So I don't know what the man is getting. But I do know all of a sudden he promoting himself and he getting promoted checks too. I'm getting fight checks and promoted checks. I know that. So I don't know. I know every time they report his purse, he always get damn near 5 times the amount. I mean, look at it. Like I said, the Tyson Fury fight is the best example. When they let those purses out and look what they eventually made. And they don't, I think how many units they sell at that time? They only move like, what, 250,000 units or something like that it was? It wasn't that high. It wasn't like, because I remember it was talk like all they had to hit was like a certain number to break even and all it is of it. It wasn't super astronomical pay-per-view buys. But they both walked away with much more than was reported. Don't know. We don't know. We don't know. All right, let me see, man. Y'all coming in fast. Let me see. D-Lo 44. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good on the money talk. You got it. I'm spending about $70 and not getting none, but I'm all for more of the profit going to the combatants all day. Me too. All day, especially the combatants, not these greedy ass promoters. You know what I'm saying? Boxing Logic United. This fight won't do close to Wilder versus Fury. You saying on pay-per-view? We'll see. We got to see what the power of Fox is going to do. You did remember they didn't have the power of Fox the first for Wilder and Fury. They did that. I think that was that that was the ESPN and PBC joint venture type. Now you got the power of Fox. And Fox they claim that they are marketing this the same way that they did for Mikey Garcia and Earl Spence Jr. And they're using basically the same blueprint, putting them, behind the big games. And you see the viewership for the fight camp is so high. And I know a lot of y'all may say, well, those were football fans. You know what I mean? Which you may be true. But this blueprint that they're using is the same exact blueprint that they used for Mikey Garcia versus Earl Spence Jr. So it proven to be successful for them. And they figured it should prove to be successful for Wilder. You know what I mean? But we just got to wait and see. We got to wait and see. So that's the huge difference between Wilder and Fury. I mean, who knows, bro? You got to remember, man, Fury ain't no name here, bro. Fury ain't selling no tickets. Ain't nobody thinking about no Tyson Fury. Fury made certain people believe that he was bigger than he really was. But he's maybe not really no bigger name-wise than Luis Ortiz. Truth be told. I mean, look at this fight's doing, bro. They doing nothing. His numbers since he's been performing on his own here in America have not been good. So who knows? Maybe these numbers do better than Wilder Fury, So who knows? Uh-oh, the ghosts are back. Now ain't saying that, but 3 mil is facts. 20 mil is good for face. Okay, we'll see. We don't know, bro. It's all I can tell you is the number is somewhere in between. You know what I'm saying? Between the 3 million that you believe and the 20 million that ESPN is reporting, the number is somewhere in the middle. But I believe that he's definitely getting much more than he's previously been getting. And most importantly, for them to pull Deontay Wilder away from that 120, I mean, you got to get him right. You ain't gonna just pull him away from that money and not pay him nothing. Business ain't gonna work that way. I mean, he may be loyal to Heyman and Finkel and whoever, but he ain't stupid neither. I mean, the man ain't gonna walk out of $20 million, $40 million fights just to go back to make $3 million. I mean, come on, they're gonna get him right, bro. I believe that he's making anywhere between 15 and 20 million for this fight. That's what I believe he's getting. I believe that they had to pull him back from the brink. They had to, keep him away from going towards that deal, and they had to pay him to keep him in place. I mean, you just got to, but we'll see. I hope so too, fam. I hope so too. Ronnie Boy Fresh sounded like PBC going to be in the red for a long damn time. No, that means we're going to be seeing many more pay-per-views, fam. You know what I'm saying? Because they ain't going to want to pay their fighters. They're going to want us to pay them. You know what I mean? So, shit, if that's the case, Expect 100 pay-per-views by PBC next year. They got 100 pay-per-views coming in 2020. Guaranteed. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're going to end up doing. Pay-per-viewing our ass to death. You know what I'm saying? Boxing Logic United. This fight will sell only about 250 max. Well, I mean, if that was the number that made them break even in the Fury fight, then I would think that should be a good enough number for everybody to get a good slice of the pie. That's all I'm going to say. You know what I mean? And if Wilder walked away with 13 million in that fight, you know, with just them low numbers that they moved, you know, we don't know. Then let's not also forget, though, that over 10 million illegal streams on the Fury fight. So that's another deal, man. So it all depends, man. I see, me honestly, 250 to 300. 300. I can go with 300. I see it doing 300. I can see it doing 300. And that's being generous, but I can see it doing 300. I hope it does 300. Everybody ordered the damn fight. You know what I'm saying? Bomb Squad Promotions gotta eat. Gotta eat. That's another check for everybody who counting all the money. That's another check. You know? So how much is he getting as a promoter? Did anybody know that? Riddle me that. Since we got the pocket watches all out here, anybody knows what Deontay Wilder's getting for promoting the checks? Let me know. Pocket watches. Anybody? Anybody knows? No one know. We don't know. No. Say without Nuri and Rodriguez, it might not crack 200. Well, they still got Leo. Maybe Leo can carry some numbers. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Leo can carry something from the West Coast and help the Mexicans coming by this fight. But I don't know. I don't know, man. This is a hardcore fight. I ain't going to deny that. I'm not going to act like this is the biggest casual fight in the world. This is a hardcore fight. But I would hope that Fox has done a good enough job. And maybe some of those fight camp numbers and stuff like that can translate into pay-per-view buys. Because, yo, man, the man need the American public to come out and recognize who he is. So we got to show our support. But at the end of the day, and I think I told you this, Ronnie Boy Fresh, the other day, anybody who tripping about this $75 purchase, I get it. It's the holidays, Christmas time, Thanksgiving time. You know, you got to go buy the turkey, man. You got to go buy the toys. Shit, ain't nobody trying to pay no $75 for no boxing match. I know that's how a lot of people out there feel it. So, you know, and that's another thing. I mean, should we have high expectations for the pay-per-view numbers around the holiday season? For everybody that's waiting to jump and pounce on them numbers and see what them numbers saying, if they let them out, which I don't know if they will or not. I mean, should we fault him much because it is during Christmas and Thanksgiving? And we do know everybody's money is tied up right now. But I guess ain't nobody going to give him the benefit of that doubt, though. And that ain't going to mean shit, right? Marcus Davis says, Neri and Rodriguez would have been a good matchup. Too bad it canceled. Would have been a hell of a scrap. Yeah. Why did it cancel, though, man? I didn't catch that, man. I like I said, is it the weight because one of them didn't make weight? What was the reason that they said that they canceled it, man? Dilo 404 boxing. I already read that one. Chin Smoke in the building. What's up, Chin Smoke? Riding with me off the late night, 12:42 a.m. here on the East Coast. Yo, we've been on here for a minute, bro. We've been on here since 11 o'clock. Yeah, hour and 42 minutes. So, damn, we've been rolling for quite a while, man. What's up, Chin Smoke? Salute to you, man. This has turned into a late night live stream. It's supposed to have been a quick prediction, but y'all ain't letting me out the door. You know what I'm saying? Muhammad Hamatola, look at this way. The DAZN deal is still there. Probably increased to 160 million. And meanwhile, Wilder has made 220 million against Brazil and Ortiz. I say he is sitting comfortable. Bam. Exactly. Bro, the DAZN deal would be 3 times as bigger if the man plans works. If he beats Tyson Fury, stops Luis Ortiz, man, DAZN is going to have to, man, they're going to have to inflate them numbers well beyond 120 million. You ain't never lied. And look, making that kind of money and doing it on his own. That's another thing, Boxing Logic United. Go back and look at the reported purses was supposed to be for him in Brazil. And look how much he really got for Brazil. Man, we know, bro, Wilder going to eat. The only thing is he may not be eating as much as he could have probably ate, but he's eating and remaining free. That bet could have went wrong. That bet could have went south. It could have went south in the Fury fight. That bet could have went south in the Ortiz. In this rematch, it can go south. Man, he just gambling on himself. How could you not respect that, man? It's some hustler shit, man. For real, man. For real. For real. You know what I'm saying? I got my brother in the building. I got Monty Brown TV in the building. What's up, fam? What's up, man? Salute, salute. Salute to my homie. Everybody that hear the sound in my voice, check out the homie Monty Brown TV, man. We up off the late night tonight, Monty. Wilder making 8 figures without a doubt all day. And doing it his way, bro. And doing it his way. Man, this is respect. Like I said, I don't know. I can't comprehend. Maybe I'm tripping. I can't understand how people just can't respect this, man. And then taking another big risk to go in there with a fighter that he can very well lose to. These are all gambles. All gambles. And we watching. We got front row seats to watch this big gamble that this man is making in front of us. Will his career dwindle? Go down in flames? Coulda, woulda, shoulda. Or will he exceed expectations? Maybe even become undisputed. Become one of the highest paid boxers in boxing. And he did it his way. How could you not respect that? I don't know, bro. I just don't know. I don't know. You say 200? You think it does 200,000? Okay. Supreme Beast Boxing Talk in the building. What's up, Cadillac Red? What up, homie? Wilder was 3rd on the Forbes list for boxers last year. I think he's going to be 2nd or 1st next year for sure. All day. I forgot about that, bro. 3rd on the Forbes list. And let's not forget, when they did that ESPN, he was like the most searched boxer of the year. Like, bro, like every indication you looking at is all pointing upwards for Wilder. And people keep bringing up some 120 million when the main trajectory is going up each and every fight. Everything is pointing upwards. I don't see nothing pointing downwards. Not to mention his earning potential in the future is still high with fights with Tyson Fury, AJ, or Ruiz. Man. Salute to Wilder, bro. Salute to Wilder. Look at this dude. Peanuts. Come on, man. Okay. Peanuts. All right. 15 mil peanuts. All right. But think about what he was originally making when he came in boxing. Think about what he made against Devern. Think about that. What he was making against Gerald Washington. Until what he's making today. Ortiz not speaking English does impact the buy rate in the U.S., in my opinion. But then again, there are many Spanish-speaking consumers of pay-per-view. Yeah, I mean, but, you know, it does. It may not help. I will admit that. But when we were comparing it to Tyson Fury's numbers are trash. I mean, I can't say what Tyson Fury's been doing lately, how much did he contributed in the numbers department to the first fight. I can't say. I mean, because he ain't been doing shit. He ain't been doing nothing. Ain't nobody coming to see him fight. They giving his tickets away. I got a box of Frosted Flakes the other day, and it had 2 tickets to Tyson Fury's next WWE fight for free. All his tickets are free. Everything that has involved in Tyson Fury is free. He is the comp king. His numbers are trash. He ain't selling jack. That's Wilder. Come on, man. And then Wilder out here taking all the risks. Come on, man. Come on. Just kidding with your fun night chant. Be easy. It's all love, fam. You know it. You do it. Hey, we do this on a regular, me and you. You already know it. You know what I'm saying? Salute to you, though. Salute to you. Everybody, man, they hear the sound of my voice. Check out Boxing Logic United. Very informed boxing channel right there. The man knows his boxing. You know what I'm saying? Ronnie Boy Fresh, I refuse to cut an $80 welfare check. Ronnie Boy Fresh, come on, man. Come on, bro. Buy the tick, man. Hit the button, man. Hit the button. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. We got to support Wilder, man. We got to support the American heavyweight champion. But I understand it's the holidays, man. Shit. We got to go get them turkeys, man. We got to go get that ham, bro. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? Nuri didn't make weight, and Rodriguez didn't want to take the money. I figured that's what it was. Damn, you're right, man. That was going to be a blockbuster fight right there, man. Yeah, I heard talks about that earlier, but I didn't follow up with it. I heard he missed weight. But I just thought it was going to go down the regular thing of him going in the back. He got an hour to come back to make weight, but Rodriguez ain't want to take the money, huh? The penalized money. That's unfortunate. That is definitely may hurt the card. But, Leo Santa Cruz on the undercard, he getting $2 million for a reason. You know what I mean? So, shit. You paying Leo $2 million to beat up on Bum Flores, so hopefully he can pull some pay-per-view. He can pull some weight with this thing. You know what I'm saying? Boxing Lodges United, how he not free by taking a 3 to 4 fight, $120 million deal, because he would have been stuck on the app. He would have had the only fight on DAZN. And most importantly, like I asked this question before, Boxing Lodges United, why should he had to be locked in to a deal with DAZN when Anthony Joshua was not even locked in to a deal with DAZN? His deal is with Sky Sports. He's on a fight-by-fight basis with DAZN. So why did Wilder had to lock in for 3 to 4 fights with DAZN? And on top of that, Wilder, it didn't make sense. I mean, this is something he brought up, but from me looking at it, I didn't think it made sense for him to make $40 million in one fight, and then if he wins, he makes the exact same thing in the rematch. Andy Ruiz was the only dumbass willing to take some deal. Like, look at this man. AJ literally lost the fight. Some say he quit. And he's getting $85 million in a rematch. And Andy Ruiz is only getting 13. Look how big of a separation of separation in finances that is. I got a ghost flying around here. Y'all got to forgive me. Man, fuck that light. You know what I'm saying? That's what we talking boxing anyway. But the point I'm trying to make, look how big of a separation financially that is. And the man lost. What the hell? And the man lost. You know what I'm saying? So, bro, all of this, it was a lot of bad in that deal too. There was talks of not dates being put in that thing. So who knows how long they could have spread them fights apart. Wilder would have been stuck fighting on a DAZN app. He's in the middle of growing his brand. That is not the biggest available audience in America. The biggest available audience in America are the networks that Wilder is fighting on now. So his fan base is here in America. DAZN doesn't have a serious foothold or imprint here in America. How this would have helped Wilder's brand? That's what I'm saying. Wilder's able to go from Showtime to Fox to whoever. He says he's willing to do deals with whoever. When Showtime said no, Wilder, Steven Espinoza says, no, we don't want you to go over there. We'll give you a multi-fight deal with outs. You'll have the opportunity to go and still fight any way you want and still make near the amount of money that they would have paid you. Those were the words of Showtime. They told him, don't go. We may not give you that 120, but we'll give you a good ballpark. And most importantly, we'll give you the ability to move and put you in front of the biggest audiences here in America. That's what I'm saying. So when you say is how is he not free? Because he would have been stuck on that DAZN app. Something that not even Anthony Joshua was willing to do. You know what I'm saying? Muhammad Hamatola, maybe, just maybe, Fox marketing of the fight got the casuals, who, as we all know, love the heavyweight division, and a knockout artist, and Wilder is both. The pay-per-view numbers might surprise a lot of people. And that's what I mean. Like, Fox is running this thing now. And they're running with the blueprint of the Mikey Garcia versus Errol Spence Jr. fight. That proved to be successful. So, at least allegedly, that proved to be successful. So, if that's the way that they're going to go, maybe it works again. And we seeing that they're saying that the Wilder fight camp numbers are the best numbers of the whole entire series. Like he is carrying that series. The same way Floyd used to always say he was not Mr. Show. What was that show that he used to always be on? 24/7. He built it. It was his show. Well, I guess we could say that now fight camp is Wilder's show because his numbers running this shit. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, come on. 2.2 million people watching. I mean, come on, man. That's crazy. Ronnie Boy Fresh. I don't respect it because he don't respect my bank account. It's cheaper to see him on DAZN and pay-per-view. Ronnie Boy Fresh just want the best, cheaper option. He don't give a damn about what networks they on. You know what I mean? I ain't mad at that, homie. I ain't mad at that, man. I feel you with the DAZN thing, but hey, trust and believe something about pay-per-view. And I think we've already spoke about this. People tend to forget Eddie Hearn is still in the pay-per-view business. Sky Sports that pays Anthony Joshua all of that money, they put his fights on pay-per-view. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on. And then there's even some whispers of DAZN. If things don't hurry up and change in the subscription department, they will be exploring pay-per-view options. This is already out. This is out there. They're also exploring raising the price again, doing other price increases. If the subscriber count doesn't add up, the same way that you don't like paying so much for pay-per-view, well, guess what? DAZN gonna make the subscribers start making up for the money by raising prices. They've already done it once. Don't think that others not coming. I'm telling y'all, real talk. You know what I mean? So you about to head to live after this all day. Hey, I'm usually up there this time of night, Mo. I gotta catch up with you up there, man. I go off the late night every time I'm up there, Mo. And that's like my home away from home, man. I literally stay about 10 minutes from there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always there, bro. Shit, I might get up with you, man. I don't know. I might creep up there tonight. We'll see, man. Boxing Logic United. It was 2 fights with Joshua. Wilder needs to be worldwide. I guess you're saying worldwide with his brand. That's why his bottom line is 3 million versus Joshua's 25. Bro, he's already worldwide. Do you know how many deals that the PBC is now worked out and to be shown in other countries? Bro, you already see what they just did in the UK. I thought Chris Eubank Jr. was going to be the dude spearheading that deal that they just worked out in the UK. No, don't think. No, he has the power of CBS and Disney and Fox. Bro, you know he's going to be shown everywhere. Bro, Wilder is known around the world. I don't know where that comes. All you got to do is just look at YouTube. When that man takes trips to the UK, when that man takes trips to Ireland, he is mobbed. Bro, don't believe the notion that man ain't known worldwide. He's rolling with the biggest broadcasters in media. How could he not be broadcasted worldwide? You dig? DAZN is the ones that are not worldwide. DAZN is not in several countries, Mexico including. You know what I'm saying? UK included. They're not even, those are 2 big demographics that DAZN is not even in. Sky Sports and BT Sports will not let DAZN in the UK. And of course, broadcasters like TV Azteca, they won't let them in Mexico. So if you're talking real worldwide appeal, you remember what helps Anthony Joshua's worldwide appeal is the fact that he, just like Wilder, is running with multiple networks. He's running with DAZN and he's running with Sky Sports. And I think they have another type of deal in like other countries. So, you know, it takes a multiple platform to get that thing out there. Joshua has always been on multiple platforms. Even when he was here with Showtime, he was still being shown by Sky Sports. So he's always had multiple platforms to get his name out worldwide. We can't be mad when Deontay Wilder wants to do the same thing and not be just subject to one platform. Look at Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez's numbers has been hurting since he's been down there on DAZN. Brand been hurting. The proof is in the pudding. He is the cash cow of boxing. And the man is having, $9 million gates, only putting 10,000, selling 10,000 tickets. For anybody else, that's great, but for Canelo, it ain't. They lying about numbers. Somehow, his attendance was 14,000 people. No, it wasn't. It was only like 11,000. So, I mean, yeah, Canelo financially may be good, and I don't know how really good. I mean, he still got 11 fights to fulfill. I mean, financially, but his brand is clearly taking a hit. Clearly. That's all I'm saying. D-Lo 404 Boxing. Last time I was up there, I stayed at the Gaylord for a week. They were still building the MGM. I got to get back up there all day. All day. Yeah, man, they redid that harbor. I was over there the other day, man. Man, it's beautiful over there, man. They redid that whole joint, man. They got a lot more added over there now, man. It's nice. Go check it out, man. I can't win no damn money in the MGM, though. MGM be taking everybody. Hey, yo, stay away from the MGM gambling, y'all. I'm sorry, man. Like my boy Ronnie Boy Fresh just said, go up to Maryland Live. That's where they winning in there. I don't know if y'all heard. They supposed to be building a new casino also. I think it's close to the MGM. I think it's going to be across the Woodrow Wilson Bridge in Virginia. They are casino in our area down. Remember what I told y'all earlier, fight fans. Our area was recession proof. There's always money pumping through this town, and casinos even catching a whiff of it. Man, they popping up everywhere out here, man. So casinos are coming out here heavy. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, that MGM joint is nice, man. They just can't win no damn money in that joint. I'll be up there, matter of fact, next weekend to go see Anita Baker. Anita Baker will be over there next weekend, so I'll see her then. Supreme Beast Boxing Talk says Wilder deflates the numbers to make more. AJ inflates his numbers so Eddie Hearns can make more. Raping you records all day. Lying, fudging numbers, bro. Buying tickets, illegal ticket buying schemes, all kind of schemes going on over there, man. You know what I'm saying? PED scandals, putting boxers with open investigations and active fights. Never seen that done before. That's a new one. It's a mess, man. It's a mess, man. Shibuk Udi. Who knows a live stream? We ain't doing no live streams for this one right here. Shibuk. Shibuk, no, you're gonna have to buy the Wilder fight, Mo. I don't know nothing about no live streams, man. So can I watch the fight? Yeah, if you pay $75, if you need a link to the pay-per-view link, I'll be more than happy to give you that, homie. That's all I can give you on that, though, bro. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Monty Brown TV says Ronnie Boy Fresh. Yeah, I picked Neary, but he wasn't that many pounds off. How many pounds off was he, Monty? I mean, I don't know what the penalty was or the financial stipulation was, but I wonder how much he was off, man. Oh, Ronnie Boy Fresh says he was only off by 1 pound. Damn. They canceled. The man wouldn't even take the money off for 1 pound? Come on, man. He could have took the money for 1 pound, bro. He could have took the money for 1 pound. D-Lo 404 Boxing, I will say this. PBC has too many fighters not to have loaded undercards all day. Now, that I will agree. You know, this whole notion of, you know, oh, we can't stack the cards because we got to pay the fighters and blah, blah, blah. That got to go. You can't have a stable as good as they are and not keep putting a lot of these dudes on the same cards. There ain't no reason why not. They could have combined the J-Rock and Harrison fight with something with one of these cards or you know what I'm saying? Like they could have made this way more lit than what it is, or put Jamal Charlo and his fight coming up. They could have threw that on something like that. But they got too big of a stable, man, especially at welterweight, to not be putting these dudes on the same cards. All of this money excuse, I'm tired of hearing it, man. Y'all already crushing our pockets. Shit, you crushing our pockets. I mean, $75, $100 and all that. Well, guess what? Stock the damn cards. They dumping all the money into the main events. Stock the cards, man. Stock the cards. Hey, man, y'all. You say you be at the crab tables all day. All right, we'll bet that. I pops up at the blackjack, Mo. You know what I'm saying? That's my home away from home. Will do. I don't be surprised you see me walking through that joint tonight. Real talk, man. I'm far from tired. I'm tired to be talking on here, but like going to sleep tired, nah. I may be stepping out to the casino tonight. You know what I'm saying? All day. So I'm gonna leave it there, fight fans, man. We've been going for a long, long time. 2 hours is saying, man. Main man doesn't do 2-hour live streams. You know what I'm saying? But we went 2 hours tonight. We started at 11. We ending at 1. I'm gonna leave it there. You know what I'm saying? Much love to each and every one of y'all. We still got to do We Talking Boxing tomorrow, where we will cover a whole load of different conversations or whatnot. Earl Spence Jr., Leo Santa Cruz. There's a lot of talk to be talking about. You know what I mean? So I got a lot of good topics planned for tomorrow. So come on back for We Talking Boxing. I'm going a little hoarse now and I'm losing my voice, so it's time to get up off here, man. Salute to each and every one of y'all. I'm rolling with Deontay Wilder, late stoppage between rounds 8 and 10. Luis Ortiz to put up a very good fight. Respect to both men. Deontay Wilder to, according to ESPN, guarantee up to $20 million. Like my man Boston Logic United said, there's a lot of play on words there, but it doesn't matter. The ballpark is good enough for me. This should be a good fight. Hopefully everybody order it. I see y'all in the post fight where we gonna be turned up. Yes, we gonna be turned up. I may be slightly twisted. Yes, that may be me. I'm gonna keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? But we gonna have a lot of fun. So come on back here tomorrow night. Come on back for We Talking Boxing. Enjoy the rest of y'all night. Ronnie Boy Fresh. See you at the crap tables, homie, all day. Enjoy the rest of y'all night. Hit the thumbs up on the way out if you didn't hit it on the way in. You know what I'm saying? Hit that subscribe button if you like what you're seeing here tonight. Come on back because we are a boxing fam on this side. Salute to each and every one of y'all. And until the next video, Main Man, Made Man. Don't forget to subscribe. Twitter, Made Man 511. Facebook, Main Man, Made Man Boxing Forum. Instagram, Main Man, Made Man. Until the next one, much love. Peace out and good night.